Hi, we are in the back room of In Full Bloom Flowers, and my name is Christy. We have opened up a thing on Facebook that says, "What's your question?" So this is where we're going to start today. Debbie texted in and she was asking, why do her plants always die when she transplants them? Okay, what we have here, and we don't clean here for videos, so here we go. What we have here is our little planting bench. We have dirt in this one, we have Spanish moss in this one, and we're going to do a quick transplant and talk about the pots and the pot sizes that you need to do. I have all kinds of baby plants here. Let me show you a couple things. If something needs to be transplanted, you should be able to see a good root system. You might want to transplant this, but it's fine where it's at for 3-4 more months. I wouldn't worry about it. This one, well, you can see he has so much dirt, he's overflowing. He's not ready yet. Leave him alone. He doesn't need to go anywhere. Now, if you want them in a fancy pot, fine. Pick a pot, drop him in, container and all. It doesn't hurt him in any way, shape, or form. You can even, I wouldn't put him in something as big as this, but in the same token, if I wanted him in this, well, he's gonna look a little dink. But you can fill foam, whatever in the bottom, and raise him up and put him in the center of it, and he'll be much happier than if you filled this whole thing with dirt. And here's why. If I have this pot, and I'm gonna plant this little baby in it, can you see the difference there? That means by the time his root system gets water, I have 2 inches of water sitting in that container. That's going to cause mold, bacteria. It's just not going to be a good environment for this little plant. And he's already struggling because he's little. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to transplant one today and show you what could be a possible way to do it. This is a peace lily. How about that for water roots? I'm going to cut these apart. We call this teasing, but these are so bound up, I'm actually going to cut. Now, the number one thing that people come in and ask about, and see, is they want a pot. They want a new pot. This is normally the size that we get for this. A good rule of thumb for any pot ratio is don't put your plant in more than 2 inches either way. Okay, so obviously I'm a good 4 inches and I'm a good 4 inches here. Not a good choice. I have another one here. Where did I do my, oh, here it is. I have this. I could use this. Anytime you do metal, put a liner in it. Metal can cause some issues all in itself. It can rust. This one is a poly, so this one kind of matches what I need. I'm 2 inches anyway, and we can do that. Okay, so I'm going to plant this one today. I'm going to tease the bottom of my roots, get them going. I fluff anything that is loose. I'm not going to jerk, I'm not going to be rough with it, but I am going to loosen all this up because I want it to grow into the new dirt. Okay. You always use clean soil. We use a mix that is a potting mix, peat moss, vermiculite. I think there's a little manure in here because we will go organic. Yes, I'm sticking my hands in manure. By the time it gets here, though, you don't know it's manure. And then I'm going to spread these roots like this and set them in. Now, I have clear up to the top of the surface. I'm going to drop it down just a tad. So I'm going to dig out just a little bit and drop in. Then I'm going to gently tuck around, turning as I go. Okay, watering. At this point, you have loose soil in there. I can take the backside of a spoon. We have all kinds of tools here. I'm not seeing the one I want. Any kind of a stick will find those loose holes down in there. I mean, I don't want to shove it into the plant, of course, but what's happening is I am just making sure the soil gets down to the root system. Now, this particular pot doesn't have any holes in the bottom, so that means we're going to be watering only from the top. I always suggest ice cubes if you're an overwaterer. And this is a peace lily. They're really easy to maintain because they'll let you know if they need water. But I always suggest ice cubes. This one, depending on where it's at in the house or if it's on the deck, 3 ice cubes twice a week. Okay? And that lets a slow soak into the ground. Okay, Debbie, thanks for the question. We appreciate it. See you next time. In Full Bloom, Garner, Kansas.